I had a tarantula when I was a kid. My dad was always getting my brother and I strange and different pets, and I remember how fascinated my brother and I were when we fed the hairy little critter crickets and marveled when the tarantula would shed its skin. So I don't really have a fear of spiders that a lot of people suffer from. Still, I will flinch like anyone else at the sight of a spider, though I won't kill it. I'll just escort it out the door or window, and I certainly don't want them crawling all over me. So I may be a bit jaded, but spider horror flicks still manage to make me squirm. Sting, for instance, proved that point big time. Sting is new in select theaters from WellGo USA. It's directed and written by Kiah Roache-Turner. An ornery young girl named Charlotte, played by Aaliyah Brown, finds a strange spider in her building, names it Sting, and keeps it as a pet. As it grows multiple times its original size, Sting gets loose and begins eating others in the apartment complex, leaving only Charlotte and her comic book writing stepfather, Ethan, played by Gore, to take on the giant spider. Sting is a fun little big-ass spider flick that feels like an homage to arachnophobia, as it seems to tick all the boxes that made that film a special kind of good time. There's a light tone, some family drama, an affable exterminator, and all sorts of squirmy and twitchy scenes of spider mayhem. The film takes full advantage of the horror of spiders, with Sting wandering around the air vents which connect the apartments together. Focusing on shadows and background and blurry shots, director Kiah Roache-Turner does a decent job of keeping the monster spider obscured until the final act, keeping to its creature feature roots which followed the same format. Unfortunately, we all know what spiders look like, and while Sting is slightly different, as it is revealed at the beginning that it is not of this earth, it still pretty much looks like a spider. So the big reveal, other than, the size of the spider, really isn't that shocking. Roache-Turner, who delivered both Australian apocalyptic zombie actioners, WYRMWOOD, Road to the Dead, and Wormwood Apocalypse, finds different ways to make the monster in the house flick exciting and moving at a brisk pace. There's a lot of time spent with the familial conflict as Ethan attempts to build a relationship with his stepdaughter Charlotte, though it still seems like he holds some resentment towards Charlotte's estranged birth father. While I think the film needs some kind of melodrama to make fighting for their lives worth it when they're threatened by Sting, I feel the drama is heaped on pretty thick and there's a lot of attention put to it. There are also a couple of scenes that really puts Ethan in a selfish and unappealing light that really didn't make me want to root for him in the final act. That's all fine and dandy, and the cast pulls off the drama, but there were a number of times where I was simply itching to see more spider action, and as the film went on, I cared less and less if Ethan and Charlotte would settle their differences. The acting from both Aaliyah Brown and Gore make this conflict watchable, but still the drama wore out its welcome as the end results of this emotional conflict felt somewhat predictable and trite considering their lives were on the line. There's some palpable gore as Sting leaves quite a lot of victims in its wake. The effects of the spider and its aftermath are done very well. The artists behind Sting certainly make the spider look monstrous, and they're capable of doing some great carnage that the spider leaves in its wake. There are also quite a few well-done moments of suspense and tension as horrors occur in the background or out of frame and the terror is only hinted at. This gives the film a bit of a PG-13 feel, but also aids in making you fear that in every shadow or around any corner lurks the spindly legs of a dog-sized spider. If you hate spiders, Sting is not doing the reputation of spiders any favors. I do like the added detail that the spider makes a little tweet sound when it wants some food, something that brings Charlotte and Sting together at the beginning, then morphs into the monster's chilling call to slaughter. There are lots of aspects of Sting that I feel have been covered in all sorts of monster in the house films of old, and not just arachnophobia. Roache-Turner captures some tense moments, keeps the pace moving, and offers up enough variation to these scenes, though I did feel that I have seen a lot of these key spider attack scenes before. Still, Sting is a claustrophobic and arachnophobic joyride, despite the familiar tropes being used. For a typical creature feature, it works solidly, and it'll make you itch in all the right and creepy ways. Please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell for notifications. You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're